Yo, how y'all doing, man? My name is Kevin Brown, and you watching Bedtime Stories.
Can't sleep at night. It will be alright. It will be alright.
How was y'all day today, man? Anything good happen? You know what I mean? I need you, for the next 5 seconds, to think about one good thing that happens today. Even if you had a horrible day, find that one thing that was good, because at the end of the day, life isn't going to always be perfect, but we have to find something good in every situation and focus on that. You know what I mean? Your brain is powerful. What you focus on will make you feel that way. So if you focus on something bad, how are you going to feel? Bad. But if you focus on something good, your body's going to feel good. Focus on the good in life. You feel me? But yeah, y'all, tonight we got Uncle John's City Garden. Now, I never read it, so I'm excited to read it with y'all. You feel me? We're about to read it as a family. So y'all know what to do. Go get your snacks. Go get your cousin, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad. Go get everybody you know and tell them we about to read Uncle John's City Garden. Let's do this, man. Uncle John's City Garden by Bernette Ford, illustrated by Frank Morrison. Everyone called me Lil Sissy. I was the smallest. Brother was much bigger than me. Sister was smaller than brother. Still, she was bigger than me. But our Uncle John, he was a great big man. If we three laid ourselves out on the floor, head to foot, we would be taller than Uncle John. We even tried it. The first summer we worked in Uncle John's garden, we thought it was the biggest garden in the city. When we looked up and up and up, all around us were tall buildings, all brick, all the same. Right in the middle of the projects was the garden. That's what everyone called it. We stood at the top of the little dirt hill and looked down at the garden. There were no plants yet, just fresh, raked dirt. We jumped off the hill to the garden below. Each of us got to pick our own packs of seeds. Brothers chose corn and lima beans. Sister chose tomatoes and onions. And I chose okra. When we told Mother, she laughed. She said, "We were growing succotash." I was glad. I love succotash. Uncle John had already done the digging and raking. He showed us the rows we were each going to plant. We wrote on some cards and stuck them on sticks along the rows. I had one long row for my okra. Sister had 2 rows for tomatoes and onions. Brother had 3 rows, 2 for corn and 1 for lima beans. Uncle John had lots and lots of rows. Uncle John gave us each a shovel. My shovel had a short, little bitty handle. Sister's shovel had a handle longer than mine. Brother's shovel was even longer, but not as long as Uncle John's. His was tall as brother. While Uncle made little hills with his shovel, we used ours to dig little holes in the hills. Then we dropped our seeds into the holes. After we finished planting, Uncle John brought his hose. He helped us gently water our rows. We were tired and thirsty, hot and sweaty, but we felt good. We could hardly wait to see our garden grow. As the weeks passed, Mother took us to work in the garden almost every day. We pulled weeds and picked off bugs and water. Our plants had grown a little bit bigger. First, just tiny seedlings, not even up to my shins. Then the roots grew a little more. One day, my okra was up to my knees. A while later, my plants would be up to my waist. The okra would someday be almost as tall as me, with beautiful flowers. I thought the okra pods would never disappear. More time passed. Then one day, as we were about to leave for the garden, the sky grew dark. The clouds were thick and black. Thunder roared and lightning flashed, and down the rain poured. Then wind began to blow. We couldn't go. What would happen to our garden in this storm? Will my okra ever grow as tall as me? Mother said our plants would come to no harm, but we didn't think so. Boom, boom, crack, bang. How could anything grow? During the night, the storm stopped. Next day, the garden smelled fresh and clean. Everything was all pretty and green. And our plants had grown. Some were the same size as sister. Brother's corn was almost as tall as Uncle John. The tomato plants were as tall as me. One of the tomatoes was so big, I needed 2 hands to hold it. We were so happy, we couldn't help but jump up and down and hoot and holler. Uncle John showed us how to pick our crops. He gave us bags to put our vegetables in. Brother had a big one for his corn and lima beans. Sister's bag was not as big as his. My bag was little, like me. We picked a lot of vegetables, but every day when we came back, the garden had grown some more. Summer was almost over. Soon, we would have to go back to school. All our cousins and our uncles and aunts came to the garden for a big barbecue. Uncle had spread out tables, a long one for our cousins, a shorter one for the teenagers, and the shortest one for mother and all the grown-ups. Uncle John cooked chicken and ribs and burgers. He even cooked up some succotash. Best succotash I ever tasted. At the end, we picked and wrapped up vegetables in big brown paper bundles. We had grown so much food. Everyone got to take some of our garden home with them. Sister, brother, Uncle John, and I stood at the top of the little hill and watched our garden in the golden sunset. Uncle John gave us a great big hug. We would come back again next summer, and we hoped summer would come soon. Boy, hey, I'm so glad that we got to read this together as a family, because this lesson was really powerful, man. You feel me? And the lesson that I learned from this book was where you're at isn't going to always be where you want to be, but you have to make it home. You know what I mean? You can't be somewhere that you don't want to be and just be all mad and sad because you want to be somewhere else. No, make where you're at comfortable. And that's just what Uncle John did. If you didn't notice, Uncle John kind of lived in a bad neighborhood, a neighborhood where not too many people are planting and gardening, but he still did it. And it made him and his family happy. You feel me? He didn't sit down and be like, man, I can't wait till I leave the projects. I'm going to plant me a garden. No, he planted a garden right where he was. You feel me? So wherever you at, make the best of it. You feel me? Don't be all mad. You know what I mean? Focus on the good in life and everything will be good. You feel me? Just like Uncle John did. You know what I mean? What y'all learn, man? Put it in the comments, text me, email me, and I can't wait to hear what y'all learn because y'all are geniuses. You know what I mean? And I always love listening to geniuses. You feel me? But yeah, man. Time for me to hit the sack, man. I had a long day and I'm tired, man. But I enjoyed kicking it with y'all, man. And y'all know what to do. Be you, be true, and be back tomorrow morning for the early word. Remember, where you're at is exactly where you're supposed to be. Make it home.